You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by Xerox in 4 parts without commercial interruptions. The revolution will not show you pictures of Nixon blowing a bugle and leading a charge by John Mitchell, General Abrams, and Spyro Agnew to eat hog balls confiscated from a Harlem sanctuary. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by the Schaefer Award Theater and will not star Natalie Woods and Steve McQueen or Bullwinkle and Julia.
Grand rising, grand rising, grand rising. With Shabaka and the days. The date of this episode is April 19th, 2024. And this is season 8, episode 29. We'll be discussing the current issues of the day as they unfold. Trump trials, election 24, political prisoner Mumia turned 70, and current issues affecting the Black community. Please call in with your questions, comments, and concerns. The call-in number is 516-418-5996. Press 1 and you'll be live on there. And this episode, as always, is for those 18 years of age and over. And this is episode 29 of season 8. Okay, man, this episode will also be cast on the StreamYard, Facebook, and YouTube. Okay, man, we're going to go to our Denver studio. I'm coming to you from Sin City. Okay, we're going to Denver, Colorado. Grand rising, Brother Che. Grand rising, grand rising, grand rising.
Grand rising, Shabaka. I'm having technical difficulties. I'm trying to get it together because it's like a serious echo, and they're saying on the StreamYard that they're having Grand rising, Shabaka. I'm having technical difficulties. I'm trying to get it together because it's like a serious echo, and they're saying on the StreamYard that they're having
Okay, so they're having technical difficulties on the StreamYard as well too. Okay. Well, let's see here. They got some interesting things happening here in the news, as you know. Okay, man, let me get my itinerary right here. Start my coffee to wake up and what have you. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, they have always are screwing with us because they don't like this truth. One of the things that we need to talk about this morning, ladies and gentlemen, is the current Middle crisis is because, as you know, the Israelis that bombed a portion of Iraq yesterday, from what I understand. And then on top of it as well, too, we're going to be keeping you up on how that story unfolds. And then, of course, in this atomic age, artificial intelligence age, and what have you, this could be extremely dangerous, ladies and gentlemen, is because you got so much fanaticism, as they call it, going on around the world. Then not to mention the fact, too, of how the continent of Africa, once again, is being exploited for its mineral resources and things of that nature right there. And then not to mention the fact of how us as a people here in the U.S., we still are hating on each other and things of this nature right here. And so please give us a call here at 516-418-5996. Okay, Brother Che is saying he's having some technical difficulties. Okay, also, too, please follow us on Tweety Bird at Shabaka, capital EXP. And then also, too, ladies and gentlemen, we'll also be coming on Wednesday night. No, I'm sorry, but scratch that Tuesday night as well, too. And our time on Tuesdays, as you know, is 6 p.m. in the Pacific. Let's see, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, okay, and 8 p.m. Central Time, and then, of course, 9 p.m. in the East. Okay, so what's happening, ladies and gentlemen, with all this crazy stuff that's going on in the world, you know what I mean? And, we just don't know what to do, folks, you know what I mean? And what I mean by that is, should we do something for ourselves, or should we still go here with this illusion of inclusion? Is the one thing that we got to ask ourselves. Also, too, we have the right to self-determination, okay, for Black people worldwide, okay, is because everybody gets rich off of us, ladies and gentlemen, except us. And then, we got this current self-hatred going on amongst ourselves. We are so divided, it's pathetic. And then, of course, you get these other groups, OTBs, trying to.
Now.
Okay, you got it back on? Okay. And also, too, Brother Chaz, I was telling the audience, okay, is that we're going over the current situation with the Middle East self-determination for Black people worldwide, the current dumpster situation. And when we say the dump, we mean that in human shit. And we want to be perfectly clear about that. And how can we build our own infrastructures, our own power grids, take care of ourselves agriculturally through commerce and the medical services? Okay, it's because, as you know, Brother Che, all the stuff that they pulling on us with this experimentation and things of that nature right there, how we're going to countermand that. Also, too, how we're going to countermand, the problems that we have off in the inner cities where everybody else is getting rich off of us except us. Something is very, very wrong with that picture. And I don't get it, you know what I mean? And then it's kind of like as soon as we sit up here talking about doing for ourselves, man, everybody wants to hate on us. So what are your comments on that there, Brother Che?
As far as people hating on us for wanting to do for self,
yeah, basically I self. Yeah,
they want
to exactly.
Depending on them, and some days are over.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, of course, too, and then what's going on, man, is you got all these sycophants in politics, okay, because, the orange dude, man, they finally impaneled a jury with him, you know what I'm saying? And by the way, one of our major commentators, Sarge, he's absent with out leave once again this morning, okay?
Yeah, where the hell is Sarge? We're going to have to charge him with desertion again, Shabaka. Where the hell is Sarge at?
Oh, absolutely, and then also, too, ladies and gentlemen, as we all know, that the remains of O.J. Simpson were cremated yesterday.
Yep, right where you're at, Shabaka.
Yeah, right here in Sin City, you know what I mean? And so, of course, our hearts go out there to his loved ones and what have you. And he was the subject of last Friday. And then on top of that there, too, ladies and gentlemen, we just got to learn from previous mistakes. And the fact of the matter is that when it comes to self-determination, this isn't hatred. This is just mainly doing for self, you see, and every other group is out there doing for self. Now, building our own infrastructures. We need our own power grids, our own agriculture, our own means of commerce and medical services, power grid, which is your lights and what have you. Okay, we have to control our own factors on that. Also, too, on water management. Yeah. Is because if you recall, ladies and gentlemen, they made a movie, oh man, this must have been about 40 years ago, called Three the Hard Way. And what the plot was is that they were trying to poison the Blacc community through the water. And then as well too, we do come on there. It's Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. In the Pacific, 7 p.m. in the Mountain Time, and also too 9 p.m. in the East. Okay, so on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Central Time, and 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay. Also, to our political prisoner, Mumia Abu-Jamal turned 70, and current issues now affecting the Black community. As we all know, that Mumia Abu-Jamal has been in prison for almost 50 years right now.
He turned 70 on Wednesday, Shabaka,
Philadelphia.
And then
and so then of course is that you had at that
the
time
anniversary of the move getting bombed is coming up next week as well.
Constantly
he turned 70 on Wednesday, Shabaka. And then the anniversary of the move getting bombed is coming up next week as well.
And I remember that back in was back in 1975. Yes, sir. Yeah, that was not 1970, 1985. You see, well, this is what happens, Brother Che. When you get old, you know what I'm saying? Your memory ain't what it used to be. And what it is, Black families, the shit that they put in the food, that fucks with us. Also, too, stuff that they are doing to the water and what have you. You'll say, look at Flint, Michigan. You know what I'm saying? Look at the water there. And keep in mind, a lot of your water systems are homing in on 100 years old right now.
That bottled water,
you got lead.
That bottled water, you got to watch out for that too.
All kind of shit off
it's
in
best
it,
to get a filter.
And then, of course, bottled water.
Basically, they're bottled and tap water.
As I prepare my coffee here to wake
up. It's best to get a filter.
And then on top of
the water. Bottled water, you got to watch out for that too. One of those, it's best to get a filters. They have the ones that's like a lifetime. Basically, they're bottled and long ones. The best ones to get.
No.
It's best to get a filter. Also, those filter out the water, like the deep rocks. One of those filters. They have the ones that's like a lifetime, long ones. The best ones to get.
Yeah.
Yep. Also, those filters, like the deep rocks. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So there's a venture for Black business right there. And what it is, people, is that we got to build up our own businesses and put our own people to work.
Speaking of black-ass mayors, the mayor of Kansas City, he wants to take on the migrants that are here in Denver. He wants to bring them near. So if you live in KC, you might want to object to that. Speaking of black-ass mayors, he's talking about him and Johnson done partnered up and he wants I'll take the burden off you, Johnston. That are here in Denver. They can come to KC. Bring them near. If you live in KC, you might want to object to that shit. He's talking about KC Mountain. Him and Johnston done partnered up with invasion. I'll take the burden off you, Johnston. They can come to KC.
Okay, so once again.
Get ready for the invasion.
Oh, yeah. So get ready for all your crime to go up. Get ready, for a housing shortage. Get ready for a transportation shortage. You see what I mean? And whatever you do, Black family, if they come knocking on your door, treat it as a home invasion robberies, because the way I'm hearing it is that they knocking up on people's doors, telling them to give them some money. And then, of course, a lot of these migrants, yes, they are criminals. Now, where's hiding by?
Wait, so which trial? Because I heard.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, you want like the person here. Which trial is about? Because I heard that one of them they were short like 5 jurors. They had kicked like 5 jurors off the jury. Wait, so which trial?
And we want to make that.
I heard. Yeah, you want like the person here. Which trial is about? Because I heard that the fraud case, or they were short which case? Because the one I heard like was supposed to be the grand jury. They're supposed to have 18, and they
from what I understand,
they're down to 7 now.
Right now, and that they're just working on the alternates. You know what I mean? You know, and of course, as you know,
Because the one I heard, supposed to be the grand jury. They're supposed to have 18, and they're down to 7 now.
Okay, all right, because because he's on charges. This is in New York State, of what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
the trial form in New York State. You know what I mean? And then they're saying that the judge had already had to admonish the dump twice already to sit down and shut the fuck up. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we do recall. Yeah. Oh yeah. And we do know about Bobby Seale with the Chicago 7 trial in 1969 in Chicago, Illinois, where Julius Haldeman had Mr. Seale bound and gagged. And Bobby Seale, from what I understand, if memory was left of it serves me correct, was telling the judge that he did have a right to speak in his on his own behalf. You see what I'm saying?
Right now
but it is what it
Facebook
is.
And YouTube.
You know what I mean? And stuff like that. So therefore, ladies and
nobody
gentlemen,
in the chat yet.
Check us out on StreamYard as well too, and also too.
Right now on YouTube.
Yes, sir. Most definitely.
Nobody in
and follow.
Yes, Shabaka.
Okay. All right. Well, this is Grand Rising with Shabaka and the Chase.
Yeah.
You know, we might get somebody to call in, and people, you know, were told and whatnot, and then also to our haters out there, because we got a couple of haters out there on Blog Talk as well too. They're probably going all over the place saying, "Don't call in to Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced, blah 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 blah," because they can't stand this heat. And then one thing that I refuse to do, and we know better. Like people try to tell us, "Well, we goddamn, baby, that's all just housing of slavery." See, one thing that you always have to remember about the white man, the European, he is always going to fix history and rewrite history to suit his own needs. Where we made our mistake is when we first saw that stinking ass savage who didn't know how to wash his ass and literally had to stand the distance of one city to see what the hell he was there for. Okay, that's where we made our mistake. Okay, we should have ran his ass off. You see, then, but then we got infiltrated.
Wall up. That's when you should have put a wall.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you see. What
creature slithers?
You know, just like out here in this damn desert. You know what I'm saying? You should have got a lot of slithery creatures out here. You know what I mean?
White.
And then on top of it is what
creature slithers? Snake.
Okay. Yeah, I'm talking about a snake. And then what color is the snake on its belly?
White.
Precisely. Move to the head of the class.
They got a million,
man, you know,
they got a million,
if
not $1 billion worth of whiteness. All that shit went out the window. Became classified as white, so I don't want to hear none of that shit. And they were compensated for all of that. So I definitely don't want to hear none of that shit. And they took over the police, especially the goddamn Irish. They took over the police force and the unions. Became classified as white, so I don't want to hear none of that shit. And they were compensated for all of that. So I definitely don't want to hear none of that shit. And they took over the police, especially the goddamn Irish. They took over the police force and the union. They weren't allowed to carry guns, and they weren't allowed to arrest white people.
Yeah, exactly. You see, and then the cool part about it is in Atlanta, Georgia, when they started having black police officers, man, they didn't even allow them to carry guns.
They weren't allowed to carry guns, and they weren't allowed to arrest white people.
Precisely. So therefore, this white person, you know, at that time, folks, you know, could have been a wanted criminal. You see what I mean? But they couldn't go out there and arrest them. You know what I mean? So there was always that, Uncle Yasser boss, Master Charlie type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And he still got this, and it's sickening. It really, really is sickening. And then also, too, another institution that really degraded us as well, too, was this place called Los Angeles, California, where you have Hollywood. You see what I mean? And then, too, is that Hollywood at that time, as I stated in previous podcasts, is that black people were not allowed to live in Hollywood until about 1964. And if you were caught in Hollywood at that time and before, you better have been somebody's maid, you know what I'm saying, or somebody's butler, chauffeur, some type of menial shit, you know what I'm saying? And then also, too, ladies and gentlemen, we're hereby charged with desertion, okay, because he's been ordered, to report for duty, and he hasn't done it. Okay, Sarge, we know you can't take the heat.
And apology Tuesday, Blog Talk Radio was having technical difficulties,
because we don't sugarcoat it,
so we weren't able to get the dumpster supporters to call in.
That nature,
so
right there. You see?
And apology Tuesday, Blog Talk Radio was having technical difficulties, so we weren't able to get the dumpster supporters to call in.
You're right, and they can still call in. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, they can still call in.
For
and as a matter of fact, I'm going
as
over
the human shit.
Bird. All Trumpsters call in. Okay.
Why would you even bother voting for the dump as a human
as
shit?
a human shit? And we want to make that perfectly clear. You see, is because it's crazy. It's because let's look at all the people that get out there, that went out and voted, believed in the institution of voting. You know what I'm saying? And then they're disappointed. You know what I'm saying? So I'm putting a tweet up here on Stinky Bird that goes here, Grand Rising with Shabaka'S and the Chase, all Trumpsters call in. Now, let's argue. You see what I'm saying? And I'm putting it just like that. You know what I mean? If somebody dares, to come up here and get with this heat. You see what I mean? And so then, and according to here, the Stinky Bird, the boar, Elon Musk, he states, given the relentless attack
it's all good until we exercise our Second Amendment right,
of the First Amendment.
And then all hell broke loose.
That's funny. You know what I'm saying? And then
it's all good until we exercise our Second Amendment right, and then all hell broke loose.
Oh yes, sir, absolutely. And then also too, from one of our well-wishers, she tweeted this morning, is that Rick Scott, the guy that committed the largest Medicare fraud in U.S. history and wants to get rid of Social Security, also wants to be reelected. So, in essence, when Republicans commit crimes, they want Americans to pay the price. Are you tired of paying the price? Yeah, okay. And then also, too, ladies and gentlemen, Brother Che, if you can,
I don't know who's worse, her or fucking
Bobart.
Green. They're both horrible.
On her.
God, I need to recall her ass too. Her father's beyond irritating. Oh God.
Oh yes, sir.
I don't know who's worse, or fucking Bobart. They're both horrible.
Yeah, they both are sacks of shit that need to be flushed down the toilet. And voters, when you go out there and vote them out of office. But the sad part about these individuals, when they go into the Congress, they get a damn lifetime pension, only doing 2 years worth of work. But then a lot of them keeps getting repaid, and things of that nature. Right there, or I should say reelected or reselected. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we're going to talk about that in
here's something that's
tomorrow.
Interesting. Okay, a story that we came across, that there was a young sister who went out on a date with a trashy-looking white dude who got her body who got killed,
we're gonna talk
that
about
had
that
her body dismembered. Yeah,
tomorrow.
And so much for integration, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? They're going to integrate us right into the graveyard. Okay. All righty. And then also, too, a major contributor here. I'm not going to say his name is stated. Not a major contributor, a well-known personality. I'm not going to say his name because he's yet to call in and get with us. Okay. He states here that the minute a black woman accuses a white male of sexual assault, the black woman immediately gets investigated and criminalized. Okay. Very, very interesting. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of it as well, too, as we do know, ladies and gentlemen, in the story that recently
it was after Iran had bombed Israel.
Iran.
But yeah, Israel always playing a victim. Oh, whoa, it's me.
Okay.
Oh, wow,
and,
why you attack us?
God knows how that's gonna go. You see what I mean?
Yeah, it was after Iran had bombed Israel. But yeah, Israel always playing a victim. Oh, wow, it's me. Oh, wow, why you attack us? What do we do to deserve this and all that bullshit?
Yeah, exactly. You see, and this is the part, you know, that I find very, very interesting.
And what is that amount again,
Shabaka'S?
All
this money here.
What is it up to now?
Israel.
Oh man, don't say it, man.
What is the amount up to now?
But it doesn't want to give up
it's $1 billion
to it. And then
what is that
$1 billion, Nikki.
Okay, run that by me again, Brother Trey.
What is the amount up to now?
Jesus, stay on the phone.
$750 trillion in tangibles.
See,
you know what I'm saying?
And
then here we got another
times 2
platform here, the largest black-owned media curation platform. Gives you the latest from Black news and much more. And they want you to give them Cash App and what have you. You see what I'm saying? And then also, too, ladies and gentlemen, we are asking for donations here to teach about the Black experience and the Grand Rising with the Chaves and Frontline Black News afloat. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, you know, you could inbox us on our like page on Facebook. Called Shabaka'S Black Experience Enhancned. We'll give it
really on the radio.
You know, to make a donation.
Platforms
because we're maintaining 3 of them. Okay, and we need
a
community. Okay, is because
hold on, so the Lady Che is on the same line.
You know, we've been.
I'm sorry, Lady Che. I had to tab muted because it was what have you. So much. I'm trying to get it together. So let's see what Lady Che got to say. Hold on, so the Lady Che is on the same line. You know, she was here. I'm sorry, Lady Che. I had to tab muted because it was echoing so much. I was trying to get it together. Okay. So let's see what Lady Che.
Or she can call into your. Okay, or she can call in directly to the show. Now, also to another tweet is AOC better than MTG. So therefore, we all know who AOC is, and we also know who MTG is.
Okay, Lady Che's gonna call in.
No, not calling you.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if I can hear you.
I'm calling you out here. Just be quiet for a second.
Shabaka, hold on.
Also, too, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start.
Hold on. Go ahead, Lady Che.
Get hot, man.
Okay. And then we're also, too, going to try to start marketing some merchandise.
You tell him.
For these
her phone keeps overheating.
Well, too.
Okay. Hold on. Go ahead, Lady Che.
All right, what I'm saying to you is the phone is overheating, and I'm not gonna do that.
The phone keeps overheating.
Chopping it up anyway. You can't hear me on the stereo yet.
So therefore,
that's why I
to get onto some ice. Because you know they got a lot of activity going on.
I can hear you then.
And also, ladies and gentlemen, you know we had turned up our.
Can you hear Shabaka?
No, he can't hear me.
That's why
Neither can you. So it don't even matter.
Yeah.
Hear you now.
Even if you could hear me,
Okay.
let me talk. So I'm just gonna save my voice for later, because
Okay.
let me finish. Peace out.
I can't hear Lady Chat.
I'll see you later.
And then here's another
I ain't calling in because you swear I'm not
LeBron
calling.
You can direct connect into
No, I don't want
wearing a
I don't want to.
and carrying a
I got
lavender-colored handbag. I mean, what is this?
Yes.
Okay, now.
That means so I can use the computer.
Stating here on Twitter.
Okay, if I do that, am I gonna
Marjorie Taylor Greene be immediately removed from Congress for being an agent of Putin and outed as a traitor to America? Me personally, ladies and gentlemen, I don't give a good damn what they do with this broad. It's for the simple fact that ain't gonna benefit us at all. You see what I'm saying? So we got to look for things that's benefiting us. You know what I mean? And then we got another tweet that we're seeing here, and also to people, unless you're affiliated with us, we're not going to say your names, but we're just going to read the tweets.
Because the infrastructure in this country, 80% of this infrastructure in this country is
that caused 35 plus bridges to collapse and 350 plus fatalities.
80% of the country's infrastructure is effed off.
Continue?
That means the highways, the bridges, the railway, the rail bridges, all that stuff is effed off. Because they've been sending all this damn money overseas for all these goddamn years. The country's infrastructure and not investing in what's at home. That's why I don't like the dump, but I do agree with him with that. America has to start producing our own shit. America has to start focusing on America first. Overseas. And stop sending all this goddamn foreign aid all overseas and neglecting. I don't like the actual country with him. The actual country itself. America has to start producing our own shit. America has to start fucking focusing on America first. And
yes, sir.
Sending all this goddamn foreign aid all overseas and neglecting, the actual country itself.
Yes, sir. And then not to mention the fact is that all these industrial powers go to one continent to get their raw materials. And of course, we know what continent that is.
Supposedly direct connecting
and then also, too, ladies and gentlemen,
they're supposed to have dropped her off a new phone at my place this week, and it still hasn't come. So hopefully it comes today. Direct connect in. I told her she could direct connect into the show. So supposedly direct connecting into the show since her phone keeps overheating. They're supposed to have dropped her off a new phone at my place this week, and it still hasn't come. So hopefully it comes today.
Okay, and so far we don't have any hate mail in the chat room. And then also to the hashtags this morning's election 2024, Donald Dump, State of New York, iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker, City of Denver, City of Chicago.
No, and then when you do,
it's just very,
when you do want to do something for the Black community, so-called Black community want to vilify you and try to shit on you like they did me with my mayor's race.
For the Black community.
And now they're probably going to try to do it with this HD8 race. Because, like I said, I'm the only Black person that's on the ballot.
Jesse!
It's a predominant district.
Jesse!
These coon-ass psychophants
Jesse!
me with my mayor's race.
Jesse!
And now they got at least they know where the fuck I stand.
Jesse!
Other motherfuckers say I'm the only Black person. Anything goes. So they just changed the weather. These coon-ass psychophants.
Jesse!
I broke the news to Jeff Hart yesterday.
No, Jesse, no! Jesse! Jesse!
I thought he was about to have a heart attack.
Cuz, can you answer me, cuz?
Anything goes.
Yeah.
They just changed with the weather.
Jesse!
Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying?
Jeff Hart
Y'all
yesterday.
fuckers are... God, I quit! I quit!
I thought he was about to have a heart attack.
Dang up! God, you stuff. Oh, Jesus Christ.
And then the cold part about it is, people, is that they don't want us, to be self-sufficient, is because every damn body else is making money up off of us. You see what I'm saying? And then also, too, ladies and gentlemen, another thing that we're going to start doing on our Shabaka'S Black Experience Enhanced Life page,
like, no,
for those of you who keep spamming us What we're doing is you're not asking us, for no permission. Okay, so therefore, what we're
Right.
gonna
If it's
do is
not
that we're gonna
reciprocated, then
start,
you got to go.
deleting
The
some
only ones
stuff.
that
You see
reciprocate
what I
Stop,
mean?
man.
And
is
I can't because
we're
Liberty
trying to
let me.
realize
Media, the
some money as well
Outlaws,
All right,
too.
cuz you about
Christian
to hear it
News
now.
Y'all keep
Network,
coming up on our
and a
walls
select
with
few
this
others. The
bullshit
rest of
on
y'all,
on
y'all
our
got to
walls.
go if y'all not gonna reciprocate it. Go. Okay, Lady Che just called in.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Okay, Grand Rising, Lady Che. Thank you for tapping into Grand Rising with Shabaka and the Chase Network, and a select few others. The rest of y'all got to go if y'all not gonna reciprocate it. Okay, Lady Che just called in.
Okay. All right. And what's on
Grand
the line?
Rising, Lady Che. Yes, we can hear you. Grand Rising with Shabaka and the Chase.
Both of you. Like, I've been calling you for like 10 minutes.
It's not me that's lagging. It's the blog talk that's lagging.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can
Yes,
hear
we
you.
can hear you.
You're echoing.
I
And you're
know
like
because
5
I have
minutes
it
behind. You're
on
lagging.
mute.
Okay? Lagging. Okay?
It's not me that's lagging.
Whatever, man. Whatever.
Blog
The
talk
internet.
that's
Blog
lagging.
talk is dragging. Okay? It's echoing and dragging. Echoing.
I know because I have it on mute.
Oh, figure it out, Jesse. But both of you are lagging by 4 minutes behind. And on 2 separate conversations.
You're echoing, Lady Che. I can hear it.
So don't talk, don't say nothing, just hear me out. Both of you are lagging. Hear me out, or don't say nothing. Because as soon as you say something, it's like you immediate pushback. Okay? You're like having 2 separate conversations.
You're echoing, Lady Che. I can hear it.
Like on one thing, he's talking on one thing and just talking, and you just talking about something completely different. It's like, it's weird. Okay, it's weird for the viewers. Let's say I'm the viewer, it's weird. It's frustrating as fuck. Stop it. Okay? And Jeff, why did you do that? Like, what part of the conversation did we have yesterday where I was like, don't do anything yet? And you have to go. You just don't know how to behave yourself. Like, don't do nothing yet. Now I got to find out what you said. Oh, okay, weird face. When I told you, you told me not to send it, but there you go. So, like, why you don't listen? Because you see how they drag us, right?
I wasn't on the damn show.
Yeah, like be real prepared.
I wasn't on the show. Why are you bringing this up on Blog Talk Radio?
No, because you don't listen.
That has nothing to do with.
It
has nothing to do with the topic, though. This is very dysfunctional.
Clean the shit up better than it was.
I brought it up because Shabaka was talking about sacrificing
Why are you bringing this up on
black politicians. That's the only reason why I brought it up. It has nothing to do with the topic, though. This is very dysfunctional.
The topic, okay, well, you should have talked about it then. How about that?
Oh my God. I brought it up. Lady Che, please stay on topic.
Anyway,
we are talking about the current events of the day. Trump talk. Election 2020.
Okay, well,
if you would read, you would know what the topic is.
Before that, it's a big thing,
Lady Che, please stay on topic. Okay, lady. We are talking about the current events. What do you have to add to the conversation, Lady Che?
You're just running current events at Twitter.
Election 2020. If you would read, you would know what the topic is.
I didn't have to read. I was listening.
It's not random stuff.
And I know.
Literally. What do you have to add to the conversation, Lady Che?
Well, that was what it was. That was the first part. And y'all were just talking current events, or whatever you were reading on the computer screen, like random shit. So you tell me what the topic is, because that's
not
what I'm
random shit.
It was, really. It really was.
No,
so it was. What was you reading? What was you reading on?
Okay, I was just reading the title, the show description here on season 8, episode 29, where we'll be discussing the current issues of the day as they unfold: Trump crisis, election 24, our political prisoner Mumia Abu-Jamal turned 70. He just turned 70, and also too is this situation in Iraq. That's unfolding as well.
I put in my resume. That's the current event. Now I'm sorry. Let me put a speaker on because I'm pressing buttons with my face. I apologize. Good morning, Grand Rising. So I ain't got no current event. I ain't talking to you no more, cuz I ain't got no current events. Because I've been watching movies. was sick. My one eye was really working. I was kind of excited. I thought today was going to be a good day. Apparently, I was wrong. I ain't got nothing good going on. I don't even know what's going on really. I hadn't really looked at the internet or read anything. I just got done watching. I was watching. They closed Tyrone again. That was pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, the message at the end of it was like, I had to rewind it like 3 times. I was like, God damn. You know what I mean? That's heavy. That's all I've been doing. Chilling. Really. I was like, actually, what I did was I was waiting to see if Jesse was coming, but now I forgot. I forgot it was Friday, too. It happens to me every Friday. So I forgot it was Friday. So,
Yeah.
And I listen to y'all. It's like, I'm listening to it. I can't get it. Nobody can hear me on the StreamYard. Just like hollering at nothing. And then, so like, that's like so weird. It's like, it's not weird. It's just super motherfucking aggravating. And then it's like, it's so weird on the conversation. Like, I bet if I listen to it now, it's evened out. Right? But it's like two different conversations, 4 minutes apart, and like 2 minutes apart from each other. You feel me? So I was like, man, you're gonna make me heat up the phone. So I call y'all to make y'all stop, put it together, check Jesse, and then go back to the break. And I didn't want to do any of that. I was just like, ugh. I didn't want to do none of that. I just to say though, I was like, I thought. I'm pausing. I'll bring it right back. That because me and Jesse had this conversation in the morning about something else. I took a pause on what I was working on, and I thought he was going to pause on that too. Apparently not. So I was like, man, I wish somebody would communicate with me. I wish anybody would just communicate with me, because it's like I feel like I'm going to have to fix something like here in the next couple of days. And nobody gave me a warning to prepare myself for it. There's going to be some damage control that Brandy's going to have to do, because it's all fucked up. I just feel it coming. I'm bored, man. Woke up bored. And I don't know what's going on in the news. I feel like I should look, but I'm almost afraid to.
He's coming, but he's not coming today.
I'm on the internet. I'm almost afraid to look at current events.
No.
I'm almost afraid. Is your friend still coming? Jay, is our homeboy still coming, Jesse?
He's coming, but he's not coming today. Yes, I told you. No.
No. I sent him a message too.
I told you yesterday too.
Anyway. Anyway, too, ladies.
Damn it! How come nobody tells me?
I told you yesterday so much. Right when you chimed in, we were talking about Iran bombing Israel, and Israel just retaliated and bombed Iran.
Don't know those on that one. Right. What's in the news, man?
Right when you chimed in, we were talking about Iran bombing Israel, and Israel just retaliated and bombed Iran.
I ain't knowing. What's going on with that? Are we supposed to care? As over here in the United States, or like what's on you? This sounds kind of like whatever. You know what I mean? Like
this Babylon and Persia.
There's always fighting going on over there.
Well, they've been fighting, over there about for the last 2,000 years, Lady J. You see what I'm saying?
See?
Yeah.
Why is this new news?
This Babylon and Persia.
Yeah, and that's what it is. And then on top of it too, is that they want to keep us separated, amongst ourselves. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then we definitely want to give a shout out there to Sister Dr. Truth Bay. Also too, we want to give a shout out there. To El Christina Maat, you know what I'm saying? Who's doing good things. Yeah.
Can you tell
set another page?
Can you tell him that I can't accept the friend request because he got too many friends? He won't allow me to accept it.
Oh, okay, so he's at the 5,000 friends limit.
Yeah. I've been trying to send him, and I can't even leave a message for him. I was bored.
Okay.
But I did
Another page,
all
Lady
them,
K.
but I can't
It
get
has like 2 or
the
3
sheet.
pages.
He sent me like 2 requests or 3
I'm
requests.
trying to
I can't
show
message
you if
him
you
to
will
let him know.
listen. He
And
has
got like
another
too many friends.
page.
I can't. You
He
gotta
sent me
move
a
a couple
friend
out or
request. I
something.
didn't know if it was his
Yeah,
actual
move
page,
on.
another
Step one.
page with him or what. He has like 2 or 3
I'm not
pages.
knowing. I'm out the circle. Remember, I'm out
I'm
the circle.
trying to show you if you will listen. Had another page. He sent me a friend request. I don't know if it was his actual page or actually him
I ain't
or
know
what.
him. You know, somebody's a celebrity, and I'm just out the loop. Anywho, it's not unusual, Shabaka, that you know one fire around over there and they fighting now. I just want to know, like, is it how much effect is that going to be on us over here in the United States in just, and then what's the real effect going to be to black folks over here? Because it always backfires and we always end up eating some of that somehow, like price is going to go up on this or, you know, price of oil or gas or whatever the fuck is going on over there. You know, it's always some kind of backlash. So I want to know what kind of negative effect is it going to have on the United States? Because, you know, we can't stay out of shit. And what is it really going to be for Black America?
Okay, well, what it is, Lady J. Okay, what we have to do is we have to develop a cohesiveness amongst ourselves. Okay, it's because that's because in the '60s, you know, they were emphasizing that, and then what is happening is, you know, they're coming in with this all-inclusive shit. You see what I mean? And what's happening is that everybody is getting paid except us. You know what I mean? And then of course we will definitely want to
about it. If you let them talk about it, Chicago, like on maybe about 2 months ago, on that one last reparations like update. I think it was about 2 months ago. I have to check back with Dr. Trupe. The way I figured out, the way they were talking, and I was doing the math, the black math, y'all, is basically going to take the way they want to take, the way they were like giving up answers. It feels like it's going to take like 10 years. And the reason I say that is if you do like think about it, black math, right? Black math. They're like, you know, we got this big deficit, and Newsom's in there. We got to wait till Newsom's done. There's another 3 years, and then we got to get the white folk on code with us, or you know, to understand about what we're doing this, and then it's gonna be another 5 years. We're gonna like 10. It's ultimately like 8 to 10 years if you really listen to the whole thing and do the math. That's what they were talking about. I was like, fuck, that's unreal. I feel like there's a better way and a quicker way. The only problem is that for it to be lineage based, wait, hold on. Yes and no. The only way it's going to be lineage based, you have to make sure it's lineage based, because then that means everybody and their mama could get it, right? Anybody can say they're black and they're from their lineage is whatever, right? So you got to be able. That's going to be the hard part. I think that's going to be the most time consuming, because even if you said today, let's say today they say everybody get reparations, everybody gonna be like, yay, right? But however, only certain people who are ready, who are prepared, who could go and submit their work, you know what I mean, could be able to get it, because then they can trace it back. But at that point, that's probably gonna be the only
lineage based.
Is the lineage based, and they're fact checking the shit. You know, you feel me?
Could you define? Okay,
I feel like. Go ahead.
Okay.
Here in the United States of America.
Specify lineage based, please.
Lineage based, like you qualify, Jesse qualify, and part of me qualifies, right?
So you'll qualify
to chattel slavery.
Correct.
Okay.
Here in the United States of America.
Chattel slavery, right? Yeah, like your
because we traced ours all the way back to 1840 Alabama.
Yeah,
we traced ours all the way back to 1840 Alabama. Yeah, that we did do. You see what I mean?
And right there, you good, right? You good, Jesse good. I'm on my journey of figuring it out, the numbers and whatnot, because I'm like an orphan down there, right? So I only got certain, like one part of information, and the other part I got to fucking do deep dives with. It's really difficult for me because I just have a name, and then I got to go look up shit because I was explaining to Jesse, I'm the typical, I'm you know when you say robbed of generational wealth, right? I technically, Brandy Marie Majors, aka Seduction AJ, Brandy Marie Majors has been robbed of generational wealth twice in my 44 years of life, right? My daddy was killed. My daddy died. Okay, he wasn't killed. He was hit. He was hit. So on his motorcycle, he was hit in LA in the middle of the four cities, and his brain swelled up in his because he got hit, right? So he was in a coma for like the last remaining part of my mama's pregnancy. So when he died, right, my daddy was in the military, and my daddy had a good job at Bell. Okay, so he had his military stuff left. He's only like 22 years old when my daddy died. You did? He's still a young man.
Wow.
So he was in the military. At the time, you fucking up, you could either go to jail, as a juvenile, or go to the military.
Right.
Pick one, right? So you go to the military with the man that raised me, right? Same man, his family raised my daddy. Okay. So my family, they're my brother's family, right? My brother's family is Chicanos. My dad is black and Mexican, or black and Indian or some shit like that, right? And he raised them over there to think they were like Hispanic. So he was thinking he was Hispanic, and nobody ever stopped him. You did, but he's not. It's just that you can't, it was wrong then, or it's weird, or I don't know what the fuck you want to say, but you didn't get a lot of you're black. You're black. And it's 60, 59, 60. You know what I mean? It's still difficult. So if you get on this box, and checking this box and this box, race, think you're something else, right? Well, anyway, I got two separate grandparents on my father's side, right? Got a maternal, paternal, okay? So, and when my father dies, his mother has been dead. So there's only one man left, and that's his father, right? His father's a degenerate. Got his mama killed, right? I don't know. Don't know. So from this point on, this is where the wealth. When my daddy dies, the money that my dad had for his job, right? His insurance, everything that he had, it would go to the next heir, to his next kin, me. The money from his military stuff, right, would come to me. I'm this brand new baby, okay? And there's a lot of money at that time, $44,000. Okay, I'm born in 1980. That's a lot of motherfucking money. Okay. Yeah. So it goes to my mama because my mama turns into the beneficiary. The little infighting amongst the father of my father and my mother. Kidnapped me for 2 weeks, hold me captive so he could get this money. So she ended up having to split it, right? She was thinking ahead to put a lien on the motherfucker that hit my father. He was in a $1 million mansion, white boy, small car, whatever. You know what I mean? He hit him. He put everything in his mother's name. You know, bummy or white people are, right? You don't want to have no assets. So she didn't think ahead to put liens on his shit. But hey, that would be more money, right? So $44,000. Split that in half, right? And so it's one part. So she's supposed to just hold on to it. Okay? So that's my money. She ended up saying what she says she uses to take care of us. Right? Now I could say, okay, maybe that's so. Maybe that is true. But my mama had her own money. She don't want to talk about it, right? So, okay, so I'm like, all right, whatever. Now, my daddy apparently had a plan for when I was supposed to be born. She said, skip that shit, right? All right, cool. I go home with the man that raised me, his best buddies, whatever. Go with them. 10, 11 years later, right? 12 years later. I ended up going into the system. Neither one of them come get me out, right? So I'm in the foster care system. I become a ward of the state. Now, before I went into the system, why this happened, right? You know, I remember saying I'm running up the plantation, right? Well, this motherfucker right here runs off the plantation. You ain't gonna be beating on me. I'm gonna run off, right? So I'm gonna like in the records from like 7 to 12, I'm a habitual runaway, okay? Religiously, right? So some shit happened at the crib, really bad, really bad. I mean, he ends up sending me to school. I'm all fucked up. The police come, whatever, they end up taking me to fucking into the system, right? So it's like 12. Then we go to 18. 18, I'm out. I go to Social Security. I'm like, man, so what's up with this bread? I know there's some bread left. Now I can go to school because they wouldn't let me go to school, right? They wouldn't let me go to school. Keep in mind, 12 to fucking 18, there's a big gap of education, right? I was not knowing. I can't go to school, right? I don't have no options. So I'm like, maybe I'll go to school now. Maybe there's some bread left. I can go to school. Mother. So now you're a ward of the state, right? It means there's something in there saying this money's in here. It's supposed to cover me, right? So at 12, that means that money's supposed to stop coming to this broad. I'm now a ward of the state. That means Social Security ain't got to break these checks off to this broad no more for me, right? Because she didn't get no lump sum. It's in there. It's supposed to be dealt out by every year, you know? So I'm like, all right, cool. So maybe it gathered interest. I don't know. I don't know nothing because no one want to teach me shit about banking. Nobody want to teach me about interest or anything like that. I was thinking maybe I got something left, like 5, 10 racks. You know, maybe I could do something with that. Now, keep in mind, it is 1998, right? Social Security say, nope, you don't got nothing. There's no survivor benefits left. There's no pension or insurance for your father left. That's it. It's gone. It went to your beneficiary. I said, what? I said, for what? Why? I said, I'm a ward of the state. How could you be my beneficiary? She left me. I'm a ward of the state. Clear. It's legal. I'm a ward of the state. That means like you're fucking property of the state, like a prisoner. You know? I'm an inmate of Colorado. I'm a prisoner now. No more a prisoner in LA, but a prisoner in Colorado, right? I'm an inmate. What you talking about? I belong to the state. They're like, no, you don't have anything here. I'm sorry, but your father's inheritance, or what your father left you, he left his heir, meaning you, it's gone. All right, that's devastating. That's devastating. It happens again. Yeah. One more time. Same situation. One more time. Same amount of money. Didn't even know. Right? So I could have went to school. They would have did the right thing by me, meaning they would have stopped me when I went in the system. I would have had a little bread, right? I could have went to school. Could have been something. So no. So what happens is when you put a kid in the system and you don't give them no reason, you don't teach them, they out there just have to get it how they get it, right? So they turn into what you consider degenerate, right? And it's real bad. So they can't get nothing. If they couldn't get adopted, they get treated like all the other little black girls and black boys, right? Because little white girls and white boys get adopted. They get to be in one foster home and get adopted. You motherfuckers like me, we're going into juvie. We're going to do Job Corps, boot camp, or something else. We out in the street, you know what I mean? And we end up being bad, and sometimes it's a revolving cycle. I don't know how these other motherfuckers can be like me and then push themselves out of it, because I had to see it. Then I'd be like, man, like with Jesse, right? Jesse like a little older than me, or a little younger than me, but he had a whole life. You feel me? And it's like, oh, look, he want to do something. He looked like me. Well, not like me, but, you know. He looks like the type I like. You know what I mean? It's in the same neighborhood. But he has goals, ambition. He went to school. He got a little bachelor's degrees, whatever, right? And he talks better than I do. Then people like him, but he don't like them. You think? And he wants to do stuff that I never could fathom, because I'm more like on the black character, like fuck the man, you know what I mean? I'm like on that side. The man's fucking us up, because that's what I saw. And they never gave him up. My mother's white. You dig? She was European. So they let this broad take something from my father and keep it and do whatever with it. If she had her own money. She had her own money. You feel me? If she had money when she had money the whole time until she had abandoned us. We're at home. She left. Me and my brother were like 10. So she gone for 2 motherfucking years before I leave. And she still don't come get me. You feel me? So it's like, how, so for us, me, trying to get what is owed, I have to not only, only halfway, right? I don't look for nothing. First of all, this is just a test for me, right? Because I don't really give a fuck about it. I didn't. It's more like I have to prove something, like, because they were keep fucking with me about other shit. I don't really give a fuck about that. For me, for you, yes, because it's an old fucking blood debt. Okay, the fucking old blood debt. Been paying black taxes for fucking generations. They never fucking came correct. They continuously steal from black people in all kind of ways. Any fucking way you think, they are taking something from you. You know what I mean? Every fucking day, all goddamn day long, right? And even if let's shake the message, even if it's halfway, just by appearance, they're taking shit from me all goddamn day, right? So I see it like this, and I'm looking at it. I gotta trace my father's side from both sides of his parents. Really, it's his mother's side is more interesting, right? His mother's side is more interesting. They only come in 2 shades, light and dark. You know what I mean? So I gotta go on that side, trace my father's side all the way back, all the way through the Louisiana stuff, like this way down, right? Which is kind of makes me wonder. Kind of after 10 little pieces of verbal information, Shabaka, I have to piece together of 44 fucking years of life that I was cheated out of. Then got to piece together this man's last 22 motherfucking years on Earth, where his mama wasn't even here. Trace that back. You feel me? That's a lot of fucking work. And I'm just getting started because really I'm just like, man, I didn't really want to. I didn't want to because the man's been gone for 44 years. And no one wants to talk about it. Except to tell me, like the one person that could tell me, 2 people, right? My mother never said it's her business in that. So you got people like me going to want to have to do reparations. Just keep in mind, you know how many black people are in the system? And have been in the system since they were young, like jail. You know what I mean? Till now, and then try to do their what is owed to them, not only time but money. Can you dig it? It's gonna be forever. It's gonna be hard for us to find our paperwork because if we want to pursue that, we do that, right? But they got to be able to trace it back. And now where everything's so manipulative, unless you have family, like I know Jesse do, I know you do, that has some sort of physical motherfucking anything, like in your hand already, you have to fight all kind of shit. I think that's a little paranoia right there. Is AI is fucking up everything. Them tests,
AI is dangerous.
Are like,
and plus that, we have an unknown caller calling in.
That's you, Sarge.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah. We have an unknown caller calling in. Okay, just press 1, and we'll be more than happy to bring you on the air. Okay, and I'm wondering if this is Sarge.
Where am I?
Or not.
That's you, Sarge.
Unknown caller. Is this Sarge by any chance?
Yeah, I hate to disappoint you, but it's not Sarge.
Oh, it sounds like Chef Rob or somebody.
I couldn't go ahead and stoop that low and eat like.
So,
I hate to.
Blog Talk got some act right today, Chef Rob.
What's happening with you? Good morning to you from Sin City, man.
Yeah, good morning, brother.
Anywhere, brother.
I'm hanging in there. And then
Blog Talk got some act right today, Chef Rob.
Oh man,
for once, they got some act right today.
Yeah, let's take advantage of it because it ain't gonna last. I sent him a little.
Chef Rob.
Yeah, it's not gonna last.
I knew what Chef Rob would he called. I knew I could hear his voice. I knew his voice.
I sent them a letter. And sent them a note and letting them know also. Yeah, my account goes back to 2008. Why am I still having problems? What is wrong with y'all?
Right.
So, yeah,
what you trying to get back?
Yeah. So y'all owe me some stuff, but I've been in and out, so I'm trying to understand it. Let me get some
you got to shut them trees.
Yeah, let me get some pushback on something. You said AI is dangerous, right?
No, what
yes,
I said
sir.
was, let me explain that real fast. AI is dangerous when people use it for nefarious purposes.
Hold on, sister. Before I became a chef, before I studied, and before I go ahead and picked up any culinary book, what I was into was going ahead and being a programmer and a systems analyst.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was doing.
No, that's not dangerous. You use it for your purposes.
Right.
Check it out, bro.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I kind of disagree. It's just a person who program it, and we need to learn how to go ahead and put the little the keys into it to track that down, or I want to say it's like an anti-system. Okay, we need to go ahead and be able to go ahead and fight back with it. So, because if it's just going down that one street, they controlling that street. So it has to be a two-way street. It has to be a pushback where we go ahead and we be like, okay, if you did this, how do we counter that? And that's what we need to be working. So, because if we just go ahead and allow these individuals to do what they're doing, then hey, look, we ain't their mercy.
Yeah, exactly, Chef Rob. That's why we got to build our own infrastructures.
I was almost finished where I was going with that. When I was referring to this, them DNA tests, right? Them 20, 21 and ups and whatever. There was a time where you could probably trusted that. There was a time when they first, came out, could have probably trusted it. The reason I say that, my brother, is that for me, for like a living, I don't think I could experience with my own eyes, or you know what I mean. I wouldn't just say something that I don't do conspiracy theory. I like doing some detective work, but I ain't no conspiracy. But I have a condition, a genetic condition, right? And it affected me. One time, a doctor had just figured it out. He saw me, figured it out, told me about it. I didn't know because no one knew. No one touched me about anything. So it was like I was in my 30s, yeah. So he said, "Oh, that's that." And I said, "Oh yeah, well, let me know." It's a geneticist, right? So I went in there. He said, "I ain't never seen a living person with this type of condition, and you only got a part of it. But let me check it out. I sat there. He took a little blood work, did a couple things, pulled my numbers, right? The geneticist. Okay. Now, so I see my real code. I know my codes and everything, right? Okay. Now, when you go do the 21 and up, 21 numbers, right? Keep in mind, if you ever been in jail on a felony, they swab your mouth. Okay. There's your genetics is right there. Every time, your fingerprints. Once they hit you with a swab, or you do anything really foul, and they got samples or whatever, you're fucked. You're really fucked. Okay. So I was like, I'm piecing it all together. I saw I have friends, right? I saw something that you could trust them. That they said, in the beginning when they came out to make your ancestry tree, right? When you were pinging off of shit, you might have been able to trust it. But now I'm thinking, because
you can't trust it. You can't trust it. Okay, you talking about
everybody wants something right now, right?
Okay,
so
but
in
let
order
it
for
take.
like $5, hold on a second. In order for like the $5 Indians, right? So they gotta qualify, right? So they can also there's some people that can't even qualify. For example, I got a brother. He can qualify, but if you let him do the test, it'll show that he doesn't qualify. See what I'm saying? Even though his native tribal blood. So you might go on my app, brother. Native tribal blood is in one of those 5 fucking categories. But he's
okay.
They say he doesn't qualify, right? There's people that they know they're black, but they come out, the numbers are weird. You ever seen that?
Okay, but you got to understand something, Lady Chair, about Skip Gates, who came up with that Ancestry.com. Okay. I've noticed from my research about old Henry Louis Gates or Skip Gates or whatever, I noticed that he places the quote-unquote ancestry on anything other than African blood, you see. So therefore, that is a form of self-hatred. So he's pretty much like a Larry Elders type of individual with that. Is because I've seen a show of his, you know, where he was coming up here. I guess he was going after well-known personalities, right? Okay, and so therefore, he's going after well-known personalities, okay, but at the same token, he's telling them that they're this, they're that, other than African. You see what I mean? Now, to quote Brother Paris, where he's right about, you got a lot of these tethers over there due to neo-colonialism. You see what I'm saying? You know, they try to separate themselves from us, you know, throughout the diaspora, okay? Now, the rape and slave trade and pedophile has got to be called on the carpet for what he was. You see what I'm saying? Now, does that constitute an ancestry? Yes, because you're still qualified for the auction block. You're still qualified, you know, being bought and sold. You're still qualified for being
on the appearance,
branded.
Right? They got to lead on the appearance, right? And that's where this also leads to. You know, like, you know how y'all have seen it with me, right? Where it has to get so with me to, you know, defending myself, right? I'm trying to get out of it, trying to retrain myself, right? You know, because of the colorism and the fact that I have ambiguous looks, right? That's what shout out to Black Life Revelations, like Spirit bro. He said we look ambiguous, right? I mean, we could fit into any nation or any ethnicity, right? It don't matter what.
Well, see, Lady Che, as I stated before, and I'm sure Chef Rob will agree with me on this, okay? There was a motion picture they made in the year 1957 called Band of Angels, with Clark Gable in it. And then there was a woman in there by the name of Yvonne DiCarlo, okay, that played it in as well, too. And what it was that she was raised by her father, the white man, but she had always had asked, well, why is her mother buried over here in a separate cemetery as opposed to the common family plot? So then what had happened was creditors that came up, okay, that her father owed, and they said, we want the land and we want all the slaves as well, too. And then this chick here is grabbed and thrown into the back of a wagon, taken off, you know, to the auction block. You see what I mean? You say so.
What I'm saying
therefore,
with
you
that,
know,
Shabaka, is that what I'm saying, Shabaka, with that is that, and this is I'm just throwing this out there, only for the simple fact that, you know, we might have to prepare a little bit, because it is a little bit of a struggle to just even get to think about it, right? But just to prepare ourselves to really be on guard with that, because you can eventually get your paperwork right without, you know, by however it means you have to go through. I already picked my person I would like to save my money for. You know what I mean? To go ahead and do that deep dive for me. But I would say that this, not only we got to be prepared for that, but you know, it's the argument of it, because you know, I want to be prepared all the way around, so there's no stumbling, because I have a problem with that. I would call it, and everything's an obstacle. You know what I mean? And I don't want our people to have an obstacle when it's time, because we're putting in this work. When it's time to go ahead and get in line, submit your shit, and they got to do their work. You know, I don't want anybody to have any fucking obstacle. So this is like a brainstorming thought. I want to be able to have it, because you know, motherfuckers look at me, and it immediately, if it's us, they can either see it or they don't, and they'll give you the fuckery when they don't until like 10 minutes in. And then when there's people that see me, and then it's all good. You know, everything's right? And I said they see me, you know. But I want our people to have that proper preparation on any level, even if it don't come up. Better prepared you are. Better quicker you are.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes, sir. Go for it.
Yeah, go ahead, Chef Rob.
Yo, one thing.
You make me nervous, Chef Rob.
One thing I can hear what you're saying, but you know, every time, you know, it's a lot of us trying to organize something, put together something. You're always going to have some opposition, and one thing I noticed that with a lot of people I encounter is that, you know, we don't have a lot of leaders. We have a lot of followers. So I one instance, I'm into hey, I'm trying to do something for your best interest and for your own good. But hey, look, I'm willing to trick your ass to go ahead and do it because I want to help you.
Damn.
So, but it's a lot of our people that just gonna go ahead and go against you anyway. You know, Brother Shabaka, you can attest to that. It's gonna go against you any damn.
Right.
You know, so you know, we have to be at that way of just ignoring them and just keep on going and tell them in a certain way. Hey, look, I'm trying to talk to the brother and sister behind you. Could you get the fuck out the way? That's what you got to do.
Yeah, exactly.
And keep on going.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, man, I got time for this shit. But you know, for me, I'm speaking up. I'm doing my own. I'm preparing myself because it's every day for me. And I'm like, this might be a good thought just to throw it out there anyway. Because I'm not probably, you know, if there's one like me, there's like 50 other thousand motherfuckers like me that are probably gonna go through the same thing. We can look at a tether and be like, use a tether, but they may not be. You did. So we conditioned ourselves probably through all this colonialism and programming to be very, very visually, what do you call it? Visually judgmental. Right? Visually, and it's like that's where that colorism shit comes in. You know, we look at somebody like, no, you know, and I sort of feel like I don't want no obstacles. You're gonna do what I tell you to do because I'm telling you, and that's that. And he's like, I don't go wait because I learned very when I recodified or re-educated myself that there was something like passive gullibleness that I had to get out of. This motherfucker told me no. I grew up with don't ask why. Just no means no, right? And you would say no, and I was just like, Or they'll be like,
no.
And I really want to know why. And then I'll be like, push back. So I changed myself to push forward through that. Okay? And ask them questions. I didn't know I could do that because I was programmed differently, like ugly, in an ugly little way. Now I'm just like, man, fuck that. No. I'll tell you no. And we're going to go forward. You know? Because at some point, people like me get tired. Like how you were talking about, we're tired. Tired of like trying to tell people, you know, the right things to do if I've been saying it for like 10 years and they don't do it anyway.
If you're putting in the work, but you like I said, you can't go ahead and keep talking to the ones who ain't listening. They gonna keep on doing it, and you know. And we got several groups. We got the ones who will go ahead and try to convince you that you a fucking duck. You a duck. You fucking a duck. And, you know, and no matter how many times you go and tell them, no, I'm not involved with duck fucking, and I'm not a duck. They gonna keep trying to convince you that. You know, and certain people have their agendas, and other people are just misinformed and miseducated. So it's like being a salesman. I got to convince you that this stick with this bubble gum on it and dog shit on the other end is good for your life. That's what you got to do. You got to come up with a skill and something to go ahead and explain it to them that that's what they need.
When you think about that in politics, like, you know, for the whole last year or so, we've been saying, hold your vote, right? On politics. You know, we've been like, hey, hold your vote. You know, there's nothing tangible to vote with. But you know secretly that it's going to show.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Right. Yeah. That's, mhm. Oh yeah. Yeah. A lot of insider trading. Yeah. 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 They give themselves raises. Mhm. Yeah, and that's bullshit. Mhm. Yeah. 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 Too late. Yeah. Yep. 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 In the state of Colorado, I'm running for a house seat right now in the state of Colorado. Right. Hmm. Right. I agree. Well, you can recall them too. Oh Lord. Yeah, they said they were gonna do that. But all you gotta do, they're making it they're making it difficult on purpose. Yeah, the genealogy office is supposed to help us. Yeah, yeah, that was in the report. Uh-oh. Basically, Shabaka, this is to avoid. Hold on. Let me get this out. This is to avoid. This is to avoid the Dow's commission. What this is to avoid what happened during the Dow's commission with the $5 Indians. All you got to do is be able to trace your family lineage back to the 1870 census, which is the first census that was issued after the Civil War. So if your family's name is on that census, you qualify. Yeah. Yep. Mhm. Mhm. 40. Yep. She came from Texas. That's where she came from. Mm. Yeah, because we ain't even been on the show long. Yeah. Go ahead, Chef Rob. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yes. Yeah, they're trying to make it for all black people. Right. So if we had already circumnavigated the globe, then it would make sense that we were already here before that stinking Columbus bastard even came over to this part of the world. So there were already black people here. And see what they don't tell us, and what they don't tell us is a lot of the black indigenous people that were here were reclassified as Negroes. Yeah, and it was the five civilized. It was mainly it was those five civilized nations that the Caucasoids said that, oh, well, we're gonna kill the Indian, but we're gonna spare the man. So basically, you're honorary Caucasians now, and we're gonna give you the same. Yeah, these are the ones that sided with the Confederacy, huh, Lady J? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Plagiarize this or what have you. They try to really discredit Haley. You see what I'm saying? It's because he was speaking of some harsh truths. Now, one thing, and I'm sure you agree with me on this here, Chef Rob.
Yeah. Go ahead, Chef. Yes. Right. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hold on, lady. Let Shabaka get his word out. Go ahead, Shabaka. Yes, I remember that. Right. Right. Damn DOJ didn't do nothing to stop the police killing or prosecute the goddamn killings of our unarmed brothers and sisters. Right. Yes. That was my homeboy's cousin, by the way. Mhm. No, no, the Asian community came out for him. Remember? This is actually why we need a hate crime bill. Right. Yeah, because they're the enforcement arm of it. They're the enforcement arm of racism and white supremacy. And we really just need to come to grips with that. They're not here to serve and protect us. They're not here to do us any good. And then I just seen recently, I don't know if y'all heard, but there was an outage in your neck of the woods, Shabaka, in three other states, where our 911 was on an outage, and people could not get through the 911. Yeah, I think it was yesterday, Chef Rob. Yeah, Oh my God. Oh shit. Where the backup generator? They didn't have no. I think it's a test. Yeah. They should have a backup generator. That's what I'm saying. Like, where's the backup generator at? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Power grids. Mm-hmm. 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 We had an outage here in Denver. Mm-hmm. Race. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. What's that movie? Water World. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Because these mugs, they. Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's also going to overtime. Don't nobody hang up. Oh, okay. My great grandfather, my step grandfather used to work for the post office. All right, we're in overtime, y'all. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, we still here, Chef Rob. We just in overtime. Uh, sure. I'm running on a Black First Agenda, Chef Rob. Quiet as it's kept. But I'm running on justice. I want justice for our people. I want justice for our unhoused, not these goddamn migrants. I'm not in support of these open borders. I'm not in support of this sanctuary city shit because we ain't got no damn sanctuary. So until black people got sanctuary, I'm definitely not in support of this. So I'm pretty much, I guess it would say I'm right leaning with my views because I'm not supporting this democratic uh, bullshit they've been pushing here. Like they're trying to take guns away from people out here. Like they just passed this red flag law where if you've been deemed by some form crazy, you can't own a gun. Um, if you've been deemed a
Damn,
threat,
phone died. I
you
told you I was fucking on the phone.
you can't own a
Phone
gun.
died.
So these
Okay. I don't know if you can hear me,
laws
Jesse, but
are
I
indirectly
put it on mute.
or directly
Hold on, let me
unintended
unmute
consequences that are going to
unmute
affect
the
our people.
I'm sorry,
You
baby,
know,
the
the
phone dropped.
saying, if America catches a cold, black people catch the flu.
Right. I dropped the call. The phone got hot.
Okay, well, it's already, felons can already own guns. They're trying to keep the kids from getting the guns, which makes sense. They're trying to limit these mass shootings. But what they're not dealing with is the ideology that's coming along with this. And at the end of the day, it's their people that's doing this shit. That's shooting up these schools, shooting up these theaters, shooting up whatever. So them trying to stop their people from doing something, it's also going to affect our people because it's going to make our people more vulnerable because we won't have no means to protect ourselves. That's where I'm at with it because they always label us, mentally ill. Uh, they go out their way to give us felonies. Uh, so I'm for the Second Amendment, especially for black people. They trying to make it where they can have abortions because there's too many white women that's having abortions. So the white birth rate is going down. It's at minus birth rate. So they're pushing that heavy, and we know just from our study that black children are aborted more so than any other group of children in this country, and so that is directly affecting us. Um, as far as the housing, we can't afford to live here anymore. This is right, and the job wages, correct, and the job wages aren't keeping up, but they're still not keeping up with the cost of living. The cost of living has quadrupled within the last 10 years, so it's hard for people to keep up. And our people, unfortunately, make up a large percentage of not only the prison and jail population, but of the homeless population. It don't matter what state that we in. And they keep telling us out here we only like 3% of the state, which I don't believe that, but that's what they keep telling us. And we basically shouldn't be prioritized because we make up such a small percentage of the state. But yet they want to pass all this legislation that is still going to affect us, whether they want to admit it or not. We know, but they don't want us to know. And like we've been saying, those of us that do know, some of us want to spread that knowledge, some of us want to keep it to ourselves. So it's definitely an education that is needed. But like I said, I'm a supporter of Second Amendment rights. We deserve to have the right to protect ourselves. I'm not saying that you should uh, carry a gun around all day, every day, everywhere you go. That's not what I'm saying. But if you got it, and the threat is posed to you on your life in person, then you should be able to have the right to exercise it by any means necessary. That's just me. I'm a Panther Cub, so I I can't sugarcoat it. Correct. And that's the problem I have with it. Because you really do have psychotic people that's running around with guns in the halls of power at that uh, can do crazy shit like that. If you have that intent, then no, you shouldn't own a gun. If your intent is to protect you, yourself, your family, then yes, you should have a gun. You should have the right to have a gun. I'll put it like that. You should have the right to have a gun. Um, but they really want to take gun owner rights away, like heavily, and I just can't get with it. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Mm. Hmm. Yeah. 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 Mm. Yeah. Correct. Yeah. Right. And uh-huh. Right. Uh-huh. Yep. Yep. You remember that movie? You remember that? It's funny you bring that up. You remember that movie? Tales from the Hood. In the last story before they met, uh, got the shit. Um, he remember that scene where he is in the cage. Oh, Okay, so this brother, he's a known gang member, right? He killed like at least 20 black people. He's going. I believe he was in Pelican Bay or San Quentin. They was doing this testing on him, the psychological testing on him, and they had him strapped, like completely strapped from hands, feet, everything bound to this damn machine. And they're showing him before they put him in the machine. They showed him in a cell next to a neo-Nazi KKK member, like straight up Aryan Brotherhood, white power, white is right type of motherfucker, right? So the motherfucker, he's all tatted up, and he got swastikas and uh, kill ends and all that shit, right? And the brother is looking at him like, oh hell no, right? And the Caucasoid is like, well, you should be proud, or we need you on our team. Look how many ends you killed. I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what he told him. And he was like, and that's what it's become. See, these gangs initially were created to protect us from the neo Nazis, the Klan, the white lynch mobs. That's why the Crips and Bloods and GDs and Vice Lords were created. But then, as we know, the government got involved with COINTELPRO, put the guns, put the drugs. We don't we don't own no gun manufacturers. We damn sure don't own any ships, boats, or planes to fly any of this shit in here. Yeah, that part, right? It's like if you're gonna go into that line of work, if you will, at least know how to break your gun down, take it apart, put it back together, make the bullets that go in it. We don't even have none of that on a collective basis like that. Like I know a few people that do that type of shit, but it's very few, and usually they're in the military. They have military experience. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I believe it. Yeah. Hmm. That's why I said there's an education that's needed. Hmm. Hmm. Right. Right. Because we was letting in, because we was letting in, because unfortunately, I say we, me, because I'm a Panther Cub. The Panthers were letting in all kinds of mugs. We didn't know who the hell these people were, and it was very toward the end of the demise of the original Black Panther Party, there was so many infiltrators within it from all these different groups. Because, we're going to form the Rainbow Coalition. We're going to do that shit was the worst thing we could have done. That's why Makulu and others branched off and said, fuck all this. We creating an all Black liberation army. Like, we're not dealing with them mugs. No, y'all can all be all inclusive, integrative over there. We're not doing that shit over there. And that's why. Go ahead. Uh-huh. Um. mm, Yep. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I said when I read it too. I was like, what the hell? Like, I'm like looking at Elvis Cleaver's book right now. Soul on Ice. Yeah, it is, and he's mentioned in the Hidden Colors series as well. Uh, that Tariq and she had came out with. Yeah, like they want to think it's just William O'Neill who brought down the Fred Hampton in Chicago. It was all kinds of us that were non-black that were part of the Panthers that systematically went out their way to sabotage what the Black Panthers were doing, and all we were doing was educating our people on how to use their Second Amendment rights to protect themselves and feeding the children. That's all we were doing, and that was a threat. And we had the 10-point program, and one of the tenets was an immediate end to the police brutality against our people, against Black people. Period. We want an immediate end to that, and we want you to free our political prisoners, and that was a problem. Mm-hmm. Yep. Not going. There's a lot of comments. Let me get to these comments. I don't know what happened to Shabaka. So, Chef Rob, we're just gonna move to close. They cut it down. Cut this too real. All right, well, whoever on the string yard or whoever tunes in on the string yard, they just Blog Talk just pulled the plug on us. So we appreciate y'all tapping in. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to Frontline Black News on YouTube and Facebook. Shabaka'S Black Experience Enhanced on Facebook and Twitter, now X, and the Revolutionary Agenda on YouTube and Facebook. So this was season 8, episode 29 of Shabaka'S Black Experience Enhanced, Grand Rising with Shabaka and the Chase. Join us tomorrow for a brand new episode of the Frontline Black News, Season 4, Episode 3, or Trey, Part 1 of the Frontline Black News at 10 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 9 p.m. in the West, 11 p.m. in the Central, and 12 a.m. in the East. So we'll see y'all then. So peace, love, light, reparations, and separations, and Black empowerment. Keep your heads on a swivel. We are at war, Black family. It's time to start waging back. Peace.